Hi everyone, and welcome to Talking Tourism, our bite-sized edition. We're going to be talking to Kate today, who is from LAGAT, and she's going to talk to us about World Host and what that means, what it can bring to your business, and how you can take advantage of it. So Kate, would you like to tell us a little bit about World Host?
Yeah, thank you, Samantha. Thank you for having me. So World Host has, those who haven't heard of it, has been around for years and years in different formats, but overall it's a customer service qualification, internationally recognised throughout the world. It started in Canada and obviously spread over the States and Canada, and then it brought over to the UK initially for supporting the Olympics in 2012. And that's the format when we first started it back in 2017 when LAGAT started delivering it. And we started it as part of supporting the LEP with the visitor economy. And it's been fantastic since then. And it's been really, really taken up massively throughout Lincolnshire. So we've had it delivered to over 3,000 people throughout Lincolnshire and the surrounding areas who work within Lincolnshire, within the visitor economy and in retail. So it's an excellent course and it's really short. So it used to be a one-day course and we've actually made it even shorter than that, but I'll go into a bit more detail soon throughout this. So it relaunched at the beginning of the year. Brand new format, brought it really up to date with all the current social media aspects of the customer service, and gave it a good reboot, and it was excellent. And then obviously COVID hit and we had to just stop it because it is an interactive course, so we used to have groups of up to like 8 to 10 people in a room, so obviously had to stop straight away. We put it on hold, put it on the back burner, and between ourselves and people first who actually make the qualification, they've made it all online now. So it's a great little course that we now have online. And we've got it down to two-hour sessions. So it's great for your business, not going to have yourself away from the business for too long or any of your colleagues away from the business for too long. And it's all through Zoom or Teams, however we can work it. So you'll be in a group with up to 6 people doing the course, but we can do it down to about 2. And it just gives that interaction still, and we're still getting everyone's customer service experience. You still go over all the old aspects of it. So we still cover all the main points. So it's, as I say, 4 units. So you're still covering the benefits of delivering and providing excellent customer service. So it's the basics, that is, going back to bare basics, really. Lasting first impressions, positive first impressions, that's a really good unit on there as well. Recognising effective engagement with customers. So again, going into a bit more of the nitty gritty, and in that we'll cover things like social media and how to deal with social media. We don't go into it massively because it is a one-day short course. So, but it's how customer service, has to come across on social media platforms through TripAdvisor, Facebook, Instagram now as well. So many platforms. So it's just understanding a little bit. Maybe if it's a member of staff who's even just someone who just comes in for a couple of hours a week, for them maybe seeing something on Facebook that might not be a positive aspect on the business, just them taking, thinking about, well, how will me putting a comment on that or flagging that post up will affect the business. So it's those little bits really that we support on there. And then the final unit that we now cover is the recognising the impact of positive attitude in the workplace. So if you're going into work, you've had a bad night, your kids have been up all night, or you've been late for the school run, how that bad moment and that going in with like a bit of a bad attitude is going to affect you and your team and then your customers throughout the day. So it's those little bits that we cover. And then since then, we've added a bit on how to deliver customer service wearing masks, because that is a massive part of our lives now. And just that's keeping that interaction where obviously a lot of expressions for your face, for your eyes, for your mouth, you're smiling. When you're going through customer service, you always have the smile on your face. So it's still keeping that smile, but behind the mask as well, to make sure that you will continue delivering that excellent customer service. So sounds a lot, but we have been able to condense it into those 2 hours. There is a bit of self-study, which we didn't have before, for you to do after the course and then send over back to your tutors, but it doesn't take massive amounts of time. And we've made it all that it's user friendly, so even if you don't have a laptop or a PC, you can access it through your mobile phones, and you can do all your work through the mobile phone to get back to us. So it's really, really as simple as we possibly can get it. We've tried our best to do it. And then you get a continuous workbook afterwards that you can take back, refer back to at any point. And it's just that point of contact then with ourselves, with the World Host team, about just refreshing those skills. So if you've had a bit of time off, been on holiday for a few weeks, just pick it up, have a read through, you know, run through some scenarios and meeting customers, overcoming customer objections, those kind of areas. It's all impacted in this book, so that's yours to take away and manage however you want on there as well. And also, if you get any new starters within your business, it's nice to show them that, and then I'll hopefully put them on the course at a later date. But we've tried to make it as flexible as possible in this new world that we're in. So that's really the basics of it, but it's all about you guys putting responsibility of how to deliver excellent customer service across the board. So we've delivered it to a range of businesses, as I say, up to 3,000 learners across the Lincolnshire, from tourist attractions like the Cathedral, Bomber Command, to massive retail establishments throughout the county, majority of the hotels, but we've also done it to your tea rooms in the middle of the Wolds, or your beautiful bed and breakfast in the Wolds where it's only yourself and your husband. So we could adapt it to whatever your business type is. And we would, you know, now we can do it digitally, so you can mix with other businesses as well. So maybe we get a couple of hotels or a pub or a restaurant on there, as well as your bed and breakfast, and you could exchange ideas as well throughout that day about overcoming certain issues that you might have with customers. Oh, I always have this issue. Have you ever come across this? Exchanging your knowledge as well would be always good, I'd say, about the course. So you've got that time to break away and just have a little chat between yourselves as well about your experiences. And always, everyone has a different experience. You always have good experience with customer service and bad experiences with customer service. So, and it's making those areas really memorable and those good ones really memorable.
Yeah, that peer support is quite important, isn't it, to people? Yes. And understand, you know, you're not the only one, you're not the only business who may get a customer who is not difficult, but, you know, has an opinion. And to know there's other people who have the same, you know, the same things going on, that's just, it's nice. And you can connect with other people, like you say. And it might be that you get people on the course who, you know, maybe they've got a pub and a restaurant, and you get a B&B, and then they could say, oh, we're not far from you, so do you want to tell your customers we're here, and vice versa. And I think that's really nice as well, to connect people, and that's a great thing to do. And I think the idea that you can now not have to take so much time away from your business and you can do it online, that is great, because that's invaluable to a business, you know. And as you say, some of the smaller businesses, they are the staff, you know, they are running the business and doing everything within the business as well. So that's great that they don't have to take all that time away. They've got time to do the course.
Yes, definitely,
great.
Definitely.
And obviously I can see that you've updated some of the things in the course, because masks never used to be on the course. Now they are. And I know that within hospitality and retail, you know, to an extent, but more hospitality, there that sometimes that mask, I know lots of people have struggled because they feel they can't give the service they always thought they did, because it's all about meeting and greeting and smiling and, you know, having that relationship with your customer. And I think that's been taken away a little bit with the face covering. So helping people to understand that you can smile with your eyes and just, you know, just find this other ways to communicate with your customer and get across that great customer service that you want to still deliver. That's invaluable.
Definitely. And it goes back to, I mean, with the smiling, you know, even over the telephone, if you're smiling over the telephone, you're giving that positive attitude. So it's just doing exactly the same, but putting it where you're still face to face, but you've got this mask on. And it's just making sure it's not a barrier at all between you and the customer. And, you know, eventually it becomes second nature to us, and it'll just be part of our day to day. But it's just that adding that little oomph with it, and just giving you that kind of, oh yes, actually that is a way to do it, and it's not going to be too bad, and it's that reassurance, isn't it, really?
It is. I think the fact that we can still communicate, that is key, really. You know, great service, communicate with your clients and your customers and your guests, tell them explain to them how things are going to be, and just deliver that same great service is fantastic. It is a small, I don't think it's a barrier. I do think people get used to it now. I think it's going to be the new normal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it's going to be like. It's going to be the brand new normal.
So how often do the courses run? Sort of every so many weeks? So if somebody just missed one, they join up for the next one, and then they can carry on like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we're trying to get them every few weeks at the moment. At least try and get one of the 2 sessions each week.
Yeah.
And then it's what I'd do is say, if someone approaches me and saying, well, actually, can we do a session in 2 weeks' time, and we haven't got one planned in, I'd say, okay, that's absolutely fine. I'd probably go back to any businesses who have expressed any interest, and I'll put it out there and put it on social media. But we can, as I say, we're not restricted to where we have to do minimum groups of 6 because of just getting the communication. Now we can do it where we've only got 2 or 3 people taking part plus the tutor. So we're not as restricted on when we can do it. We can be quite flexible. This time now with the tutors as well, because it is remote based and things, we've got that flexibility. So if you are interested and you want to get it done, and you want to get it done quick because you're going on annual leave, and you want to get your staff sorted before you go, or you want to just take a little bit of time and you want to plan it in for a couple of months' time, that's absolutely fine. We'll adapt and accommodate you best we possibly can. But it's every few weeks. And if you say you've done session 1 and 2, and then for whatever reason you can't then do session 2, 3 and 4, we will be recording those sessions, so you won't miss out on the same group that you had. We'll then send that to you, and then you can catch up and do it afterwards. So ideally we will want you to be taking part just to get our feedback and the participation, but in this day and age, things do happen last minute, and you'd go, oh, I can't make that day now, so can I get the recording of it? And we'll be happy to do that now. And we just then from that, we just have a quick catch up with the tutor, make sure that you had good understanding of what you've done and what we covered in that session that you missed, to then go on and do your self-study and your pass. You do have to do a little bit of test. It's just to make sure that what we've done and what we've taught you has sunk in. So we will touch base and just go over that for you. So
okay, so once you've done the few hours training and learning, you take a little test. Is that a multiple choice test or just yes and no kind of answers?
It isn't multiple choice. It is. Some are just one word answers, some are a sentence. But you've got that from the day. Obviously you'll be able to go back and watch if you've missed something on the, because it all be recorded, you can go and catch up and see what that bit. And the tutors are very good. They'll say, maybe worth jotting this section down now, so you've got something to refer back to throughout. But what we want you to really concentrate on the course. We used to have workbooks that you'd fill out throughout the day, but you were concentrating more on the workbook than you were on actually the content. So we took those workbooks away, and we will just say, just make a note of this section. But hopefully, if you've paid attention and the course has worked how it's meant to work, you'll know it all already. So don't worry too much about it.
Fab. And then once someone's passed, do they get a little certificate, or do they get something that their business could display to say we've taken part in World Host, and maybe they can put it on their emails or on their reception area or somewhere, a little sticker?
Yes, so you get 2 certificates from the day. So you'll get the World Host certificate, and you'll get our City and Guilds certificate as well. So you do get a City and Guilds qualification part of that as well. So you will receive those a couple of weeks after you've taken part in the course. There is badges that you can request if you want at a small cost, and you can wear those on lanyards or part of your uniform. And then if you decided that you've trained, say, if it's only a one-man band, or you've trained up over 50% of your workforce, you can then apply to be part of a World Host partner, World Host recognised destination. So this means that you have put through all your staff, or 50% plus of your staff, through this training. We'll write a little case study for you with part of People First. We put that towards them, and you will then receive recognition. And with that, it's a cost of about £60. It has gone up this year. And with that, you get stickers that you can put throughout your building, badges that you can put on your website and all your social media. They will link you to any updates that come through part of the World Host programme. So if there's going to be where they're updating their modules and they want some feedback, they will send you an email saying, can you give us some feedback on the course and what you think we should be putting in if we haven't got it in already. So it's kind of becoming part of that kind of network of the World Host, but that's an international network. It's not just the UK and Lincolnshire, it's across the world. So, you know, it's a great network to be part of. And just only have to do, it gets renewed every 2 years, and you just have to make sure that 50% plus of your staff on your workforce are trained up on the World Host. So that's the contract. And what they want from that, and the reason why they say every 2 years, because they don't want to say, oh, you've got it, well done, and you've done really good customer service, but then it starts flagging and falling off a little bit, which hopefully it won't, but it's just their kind of reassurance that they are delivering and their businesses that they're partnered with are still delivering excellent customer service, because it is their brand. World House is such a big brand across the world.
Yeah, you're representing, aren't you?
Yeah. That's it. So yes, you can do that. You can also, we're in development of it, there is a level 3 course. So the normal World House is a level 2 course. You can go on to the level 3 course, which is coaching customer service, the best customer service skills. So that, again, if you're if it's even a one-man band, absolutely fine, do that. It just gives you that extra skill if you do end up getting any staff later on, and it's just coaching the best customer service skills out of your staff. Yeah, so it's helping you with training, with development of the staff, and just giving you a few more scenarios. So that was just getting wrote before everything happened, the new program for that. So it was getting updated. So we're still waiting for it to be put on in an online system, but hopefully, fingers crossed, in the coming weeks and months that'll be all ready to go, and we'll be able to get you onto the level 3 course as well. So any like managers, team leaders, or even you wanting someone to progress onto it, it could be like a little development carrot, really.
Yeah. And the course itself, is that free to go on? It's
not free, it's fully funded. So it's
that's
fully funded.
Well, free to the business, but fully funded.
Yeah. So it's through the Skill Support for the Workforce, which is European funding. So you've got to be in employment or self-employed to go on this course through this package. But yes, there doesn't have to be a minimum of hours that you do. It doesn't have to be a minimum age. The only restriction is if you are already receiving government funding for another qualification. So if you're doing an apprenticeship already and it's government funded, unfortunately you can't do this course as well, because we can't, it's classed as dual funding.
That's just apprentices. So if you're on an apprenticeship, they couldn't do it, but everyone else in the team, they could.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. And it's just because it's about developing the current workforce and not disregarding the apprenticeships at all. I mean, depending on it, and we could, also support with that. You will get the workbook afterwards as well. So it's not something that you can't just say, look over this workbook. They just won't get the official qualification for it.
Yeah.
So, and once they've finished their apprenticeship or out of funding, of course, they can go on the course straight away.
Yeah, I was going to say, most apprenticeships, if they're 12 months to 24 months, once they've done that, then they can go on the course anyway. And I think within I think the fact that it only lasts that certificate and that qualification as it is lasts 2 years, I think that's a really good thing, because within retail or hospitality, staff turnover, it's not that people kind of don't want to stay in the sector, but different things happen, and we have lots of part-time workers, and their hours change, different things. And I think that it does need refreshing every 2 years to not only refresh the person and make sure that they're giving great customer service, and it doesn't you don't forget about it, you've got it fully there in the front of your mind. Just the number of people as well, new people coming into the business. If the business is growing, you need more people to come on the course. I think, I think 2 years is a really good thing, just to keep that refreshed and renewed all the time.
Yeah, and things change as well. Aspects of customer service will change at all points. There might be another platform that all of a sudden starts coming into effect, in 2 years' time. So it's just upping those skills, really, and just refreshing. And, all of us sometimes get stuck in a bit of a rut, don't we, as well? So we forget about those bits of those nuggets, and then it's just that light bulb moment. It goes, oh yeah, I remember that. So yeah, we do that. And then with the City and Guilds unit that we work alongside of it, we have developed another City and Guilds unit as well. So if you have done it and it's coming up to your 2 years, you still will receive a new City and Guilds certificate as well. So we've just been able to implement that into it. So we're actually running 2 alongside them at the moment. So we're doing it for new people to World Host, and then those the refresher World Hosts at the moment. We're starting to get quite a few people coming back to us regarding that.
Fab. Well, all sounds good. I think everybody should do it. Everybody should just get on it and do it. It'd be fab. I think, if you work in an industry where you are dealing with customers day in, day out,
now,
you definitely need to do it, don't you? You know.
Yes, 100%. And it's not that you haven't got those customer service skills and you're delivering bad customer service. It's not about that at all. It's just thinking about it and implementing it a little bit more into day-to-day life, and also getting a certificate for it at the end, you know. But you can display and put it up there and show that you're actually developing yourself as well as running a business, which is fantastic.
And also you should care about your own business, and also as an employer, make sure your staff are delivering great service as well. So making sure that you're engaging with your staff, you want your customers to receive the best service, and you've noticed this, you want your staff to provide it. I think everybody, let's all get on board and let's all go and do World Host. I think it'd be great.
Definitely. Just give me a shout. I'm happy to help in any way I can.
So you're happy for me to give out your email address, tell people to message you directly, and if they'd like to find out more, take some info and look at the next available dates for courses coming up.
Yes, please. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Especially in autumn, we do start ramping it up a bit in the autumn, because people are a bit quieter as well throughout the business, ready for the Christmas time. And then always January and February, we always have a big influx as well. So just give us a shout. We can start running it as and when you can. And we're here to help. And, if you need that flexibility with it as well, please let me know, or you want me to add anything in. Again, we can do that. One thing I do suggest, if you're thinking of putting your staff on it, definitely put yourself on it as well. Don't just put your staff on it. I think if you can get everyone on board, would be great. And then at least you all know what you're doing and all know what the World Host is about.
Yeah, definitely. Right, cool, excellent. Right, well, thanks for your time today, Kate. I do appreciate it. It's great that you can tell us about World Host, and we'll definitely be encouraging people to take part in it and to get on board with it. We're all about, every day, everybody within retail, tourism, hospitality, day in, day out, we're dealing with people. And so this is this is invaluable, really, for this industry. So, I thank you very much for the info. Thank you for your time. And it's been great to speak to you. Take care.
You too. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.